The other thing, what KMS has also given us is test server notes. These are from 2 days ago, day and a half ago, where it seems that the Pink Bean playable class, which we have been not getting in GMS in the last 2 years, and they've kind of just been forgetting, seems to have a little buddy here. The Yeti playable class, also temporarily available, apparently. So let's look what that's all about, and maybe now there's going to be enough. Oh, he's on Twitter, I see. Maybe there'll be enough now for GMS to be like, well, let's copy it over now, because now it's big enough to make a dent in stuff. Or maybe we just have too many events coming from too many regions. That's also very possible. But let's see. New test world has been released with Yeti playable character. There are some other events, but all of them will be covered in the patch. Comes to the official servers next week. That's more like the details and the coin shops and anything like that, if that exists, of course. Yeti and Pink Bean World. Spring, Spring, Spring solo army versus couple army. Okay. Haste plus, improvement, work, and error fixes. Screen darkening and shaking effects from skills used by other characters will no longer be applied. Dark side skills that activate automatically when hit or when using certain skills have been changed so that when you avoid an attack that deals percentage HP damage, they will now have their duration decreased by 20% instead of being cancelled instantly. So a buff to Dark Side. Because, you know, Dark Side was such a underrated bad skill already. It definitely needed some help. Cool. Darkside, when used directly, has a penalty for the cooldown when you avoid certain attacks in the dark flame penalty automatically and no penalty. However, since they both have the same title of Darkside, the differences cause confusion, so we are trying to unify the details related to avoiding the attack by adding a similar penalty which decreases the duration. Jeez. It's a nerf. I think it's a nerf to this one, maybe? And then a buff to all these ones, I think, right? No? Wait, I said dark side that skills that activate automatically when hit or when using certain skills. Is that skill dark side? Because then it's a nerf to them. But otherwise, this would stay the same, no? When you avoid attack? Wait, aren't some... Wait, isn't this one a toggle, though? How can you reduce the duration of a skill that's a toggle? It's a nerf for advanced dark sides. They're not changing manual, but buffing automatically deactivate. Yeah, that's what it looks like. But isn't... Okay. Only when auto. Okay. Yeah, that's how I read it. Okay. You can now right-click Dark Knight's Reincarnation skill to turn the continuous effect on or off. Who would want that? Maximum Arrow Illusion will now do something? Will now attract boss monsters in range regardless of where it was installed. Pog. Arrow Illusion did not attract boss monsters. Nope. It did not. But there was an error where it would if it was used in specific locations on a map. This issue has been around for a long time, and there are already other skills which attract bosses, so we have changed this skill to do so regardless of location. Nice. Marksman, finally. Stepping up. Buccaneers, energy charge on-off charge effect will now also be applied to other characters. Okay. Soul Dawn Warrior can no longer be knocked back by any attack during Dance of Moon, Speeding, Sunset use action. Knocked back or knocked down? I think knocked back, right? Wait, doesn't Dawn Warrior already have 100% knockback resistance anyway? Wait, where are my Dawn Warriors at? Don't you guys start off with 100% knockback resistance? It sounded like we couldn't fix the bug, so we made it a feature. Well, I think this is more in line with their terms of being clear with the communication. So if something is called Dark Side, they want it all to kind of work the same. It's knocked down? Oh, okay. According to a guildie. Alright, so this should be meant knocked down. I guess it'll be important to make sure that Max has the difference between the two. Because I think you already have 100% knockdown resistant. So it should be So it should be... Wait, it is knockdown. Wait, you guys are saying... Yeah, knockdown, yeah, okay. So, yeah, so if you have 100% stance, whatever that is, that's knockback resistance. But knockdown resistance is the other thing. So that's like the hard will push, the Lotus push, the hard Magnus swipe, you know, all of those. Those fall under knockdown, not under knockback. Yeah, Gonzalo, look for epots or for items with potential. You don't spend your time wasting looking for potential scrolls. They're too rare in the beginning and too hard to come by. You called it super stance? Yeah, people have called it super stance or I don't know if they've called it something else. Never mind. When Aaron reaches 1,000 combo, the screen effect during adrenaline boost will now be output for a short time to inform you about reaching it. Okay. Luminous light blinks monster finding range in the upwards and downwards direction has been increased by 150% when used in town maps. You think it's increased by 150% or that it's increased by 50%? What do you guys think? Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Demon Slayer's Demon Bane command to instantly end the invincible attack has been changed from reusing the skill to reusing the skill with the down arrow key. Yeah, I guess because if you're in like bad ping and maybe you accidentally let go of the button temporarily or something, it might count as an extra input and then boom, you lose your skill. Whereas if you have to do it while pressing the down arrow key, it makes it still pretty simple to cancel, but not accidentally cancelable. Certain wild hunter buff skills cast delays have been decreased. Okay. 55, 50, 50. Okay. And then cast delay while riding a jaguar decreased by 29% to be the same as when the jaguar is summoned. Alright, wild hunter buffs. Xenon's Mega here we go. Has an additional 1 second of invincibility after the attack ends. Xenon's. That's not what you wanted, but it's something, alright? Just take the little things you can get, okay? Because it's hard out there for a Xenon, alright? And buff freezes will now be applied to Xenon's overload mode and a hologram activity fusion, alright? It's something, alright? Look how a few classes are being mentioned here, right? You're one of them. Boss monsters. Ooh, big spooky red skill. Red skull. That's a bad guy from the Avengers, isn't it? Hard Hilla will no longer use damage reflect and life leech at the same time. Fuck. In my brain I stopped reading after this. It's like, oh, really? At the same... Oh, fuck. Notification message when she casts life leech has been changed to be easier to see. Cool. Developer note. If you entered alone, if you didn't use an invincibility skill to block the activation itself, you would just get killed. Even if you used it at the exact moment, you could still get hit by the pattern due to server delay. Yep. Also, if you had no skills with invincibility, it was a pattern that would just consume your death count. Yep. Leaf pattern rework allowed all characters to use a similar attack strategy, regardless of if they had an invisibility skill or not. We maintained the existing concept of recovering by leeching HP, but changed it to be absorbed from her summoned monsters instead of the character. Oh. There were many people who felt the difficulty increased sharply since it was a completely different pattern from the one before that they were used to. But the perceived difficulty was even higher if she used damage reflect at the same time as a recovery. Could not be stopped since the summoned monster could not be killed. True. First of all, by stopping the situation where she could use damage reflect and life leech at the same time, difficulty has been decreased. Oh, okay. Wait, I didn't read about like this change before with the life leech. Was that in a previous update? That's probably still on the way for us. Maybe in Neo or something. I might have read over that. Life leech pattern. Afterwards, Hilla's patterns will be observed closely, and additional adjustments will be made if necessary. Good. The fuck are these things? In certain bosses, you must now exit by clicking the portals and selecting the exit option instead of pressing the up arrow key on them. Thank you! Oh my god. The amount of times when you accidentally are like, are you sure you wish to exit the boss fight? Like, bro, I'm trying to dash upwards. I'm trying to up jump. Don't sass me with your portal bullshit. Yes, thank you. This is way better. Now, when I'm in my iframe on my marksman and I click on the boss who's on the portal, now I can get the pop-up, do you want to exit the map? when I'm just shooting on the... Honestly, that was the best thing about the removal of the codex. I mean, F's in the chat for the codex, by the way. Rip 30% base IED. But when the codex was removed, I was actually able to use my iframe on my marksman to just blow him up without opening up the codex and the screen of arc and all of like the detailed drop information on the screen, because that was connected to the click to the left mouse click button. So they're adding one in Magnus, Hilla, Arc, Von Leon, Kaum. Is that... That's the UFO dude, right? That literally nobody does. Pink Bean, Cygnus, Pierre, Van Bon, Bloody Queen. Ooh, Cygnus. No, not Cygnus, sorry. Crimson Queen. Other thing. Vellum, Lotus, Damien. You can figure that one out. Lucid Will, Gloom, Darknell, Varys Hilla, Black Mage, and Chosen Saren. Omniscient, yeah, that's the term. Literally nobody does that, but... Didn't Damien one time leave the fight? Yep, Damien's left the fight. We've seen other clips of people accidentally leaving the boss fight, yeah. Throw it back to just leaving hard lucid, yeah. He was so mad. When do errands get disabled ladders so I don't keep hanging on portals while final tossing? Oh, yeah. Dunkel sounds way better than Dark now. Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like German sounding, but it's pretty cool. I think this is German for dark, right? Die Dunkel? Like darkness or something? Darkness? Resistant method is portals. There were many cases where the flow of battle was interrupted by accidentally entering the portal at an undesired moment. Yep. In particular, this problem occurred in places like Lucid Phase 2. Yep, where the up arrow key is used often. The exit portal has been changed to use mouse clicks so that they do not activate at the wrong time. Alright. I mean, I like Dusk as well. Like Dusk is also pretty cool now. Is the higher third line inner 15%? Depends on what stat. Check exclamation mark inner ability. Click the second link, and you can control F there for the stat that you're looking for. You can see all the numbers, possible outcomes in the different lines, depending on their tiers. The top line in your inner ability is always legendary. The second and third line are, when at legendary, are typically epic, but have a chance of being unique as well. For Mezzo, yes, I believe 15 is the highest unique line, so that would be on second and third line the highest you can get, I believe. Quest and maps. Quest information that has been added. Yum Yum Flower Investigation 1 and 2. Solos, I don't care. Chaos Scroll display rates are no change in stat boost, and +0 option will be unified as +0. Good job. The Hot Brothers achievement, nice, has been changed from the battle category to the boss category. Hell yeah. Hot Brothers, that's some steamy gachi based shit right there. What up, Roxo? How you doing? The Seed, the 43rd floor description of the quiz has been added. Description has been added to questions in 11, 13. Okay, sure. In Reboot World, if your experience and item acquisition rates were decreased due to being in a party, there was no separate notice. So if your acquisition rate is decreased, a guide message will now be outputted in the battle tab. No more 5-hour sessions when you look at your meso rates and find that they are quite low, when it means that in reality you had someone in your party that was offline or definitely not in your map that took up 40% of your meso income. Why is flaming so hard? Because you're doing it on a DA, my dude. Error fixes. Okay, that's quite some fixes here. Let's see. Fixed an issue where certain skills could debuff ally NPCs or unattackable enemies. Interesting. While using continuous attacking skills, if you are transformed by things like transformation potions or statuses, the continuous attack will no longer deal damage. Ooh, all of these got broken. If you get transformed. Rip. Reading again, it's Kana now? Oh, is Kana flaming so hard? I just read over Kana. Why is Kana flaming so hard? Kana flaming is actually really easy because of the HP and the MP outs, so it's very easy to get like an average flame. But to get a godly flame is just as hard as for everyone else. So, yeah. I didn't know they kept doing damage, but okay. In the current battle system, only certain characters' transformation skills like Kaiser Final Configuration let you attack while transformed. When attack other than summons or insta skills deals damage while being transformed, unable to attack, like through transformation potions, this could interfere with the current battle system and cause various problems. Therefore, we have restricted the ability to deal damage during transformations, and other skills that do damage while being transformed and unable to attack continue to be fixed. Watch them fuck this up, and you transform as a Kaiser, and then you use Dragon Blaze and you don't deal damage. It's gonna happen. Fiction issue with skills that find and move to enemies could target unattackable enemies. Ooh. You don't want that. HP MP is what makes it awkward? Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you have a little bit of magic attack, a little bit of all stat, and like a lot of HP and MP, that's usually better than having int. Fiction issue battle analysis system where the Aeon of Creation's skill name was not displayed correctly, right? MP no longer talk to NPCs during the delay time before you're moved. After using a return skill, fix an issue where blocking a pattern with multiple hits would appear to block only the first hit. Dude, you need to rename that skill. Fix an issue. No cast action. Soul skill command. Okay, this is some... I don't know. Fix an issue where if you used loaded dice selection while in Hangul entry, sometimes the skill or item registered on that key would be used. Crazy. Fixed issue with Archmage Fire Poison Fire Aura where the effect was output between the face and the eyes. Wait, between the face and the eyes? Aren't the eyes part of the face? I'm so confused. Purge area, that's probably that AoE thing. God, no, I know the name. Frailty Curse, probably. Debuff effect would not disappear for a certain amount of time after it ended. Interesting. Okay, none of these are highlighted. Max usually highlights if they're like very important. There might be some useful stuff. Oh! Fix an issue with Demon Avenger's Blood Feast where the cooldown applied in Ursus. The cooldown applied in Ursus? It's a 5th job skill. You can't even use it in Ursus. I don't know. Alleviate an issue where if Zero tagged while using a skill that activated shockwaves, sword slashes, sometimes that skill shockwave sword slashes would not be activated. Oh. Oh, wait. Zero buff? Pog? Zero's logic is quite complex. Yep, the uniqueness and attack assist together with many factors, like lag. Certain error fixes can affect their overall logic and change their play style, so we're very careful when fixing them. We request a lot of feedback from users through test world bug reports to see if there are any changes to play style due to the change in additional attack and tag related logic. This is really cool. It's like, hey, we have a test server, this is what we're doing. This is something that we're not sure about. Please give us a lot of feedback on this. Like, it's really nice to have way more specific. It almost feels like the devs are kind of like talking to you, like, "Hey, this was our thought process. This is where we're entering. Please give us feedback on this." Like, that's pretty cool. That's a far cry from just like, "Here's the content. Oh, it's fucked up. Well, we'll try to fix it ASAP. We'll get to it, bro." Ilium's craft longiness. Sometimes the skill after image would appear. If all arc spells hit an enemy, the Scarlet spell buff would not be applied. Oh! Thank you! I'm not losing my brain. Oh my... I thought I was going crazy. Whenever I fully... Okay, so for the people who don't speak arc, so... If you have an arc, you have like four skills, right? And then each of them charges a spell bullet. And that spell bullet gives you the after effect, right? So the Scarlet one gives you the 20% crit rate, and then right? And then sometimes, well, a lot of times what happens is if you pre-charge all of them, which you can only do if you right-click the spell bullet so it doesn't automatically fire. So sometimes for bossing you do this. You pre-charge one of each of the bullets, and then you put it back to automatic and don't hit anything. And then at the boss, you hit it the first time. Well, you use your hyper skill, then you hit it once, and then boom, all the spell bullets hit, and you have immediately have all of the skills immediately at the same time, and you save time, and everyone gets them immediately, right? But the problem is a lot of times the Scarlet one, for some reason, wouldn't go through. And it wouldn't be so fucking annoying if it was the basic one and you just lost some weapon attack, or the Gust one and you just lost a rank of attack speed that an extra rank of attack speed that you don't rely on anyway. But the basic charge drive gives you the crit rate, and you rely on the basic charge drive, the Scarlet charge drive to get your crit rate to 100%. And there's nothing more annoying than doing your 18 button prep and getting everything in and doing it all right, and then popping your burst and looking at your screen and seeing a bunch of non-crits in the middle of your burst and being like, ah! It's just super fucking frustrating. And any other arc can totally relate to this. It's like pressing Sharp Eyes, but somehow you didn't get 100% crit rate after doing it. And you're like mid all of your other bursts and you see a bunch of non-crits. It's super frustrating. So I thought I was just losing my mind that somehow it was... I thought it was bugged, but somehow maybe I forgot the spell bullet then, I guess, or the spell bullet fired, but maybe the target was gone by the time the bullet flew and didn't hit the target, therefore didn't refresh the buff or something. But it was actually just a known bug this whole time. So, you know, maybe in a few months we can finally get our crit rate. Holy shit. Blood Tom, it's me again. Thank you for the 16 months, dude. How you doing? Welcome back. Thank you for the Prime. And Toby, how you doing? We're looking at the latest KMST patch notes. 100%. Popping Beast and the hold down skill and seeing non-crit. Oh, it's just the worst part of it is like if I forgot a skill and I'm like, ah shit, I fucked up. I can live with that. But if I know that I did it and the game just doesn't give it to me, ugh, it's annoying. Sometimes in Ursus I will have to use Scarlet Drive like 3 times or something. To make sure that they're all applying. Oh. Fixed issue where Ho-Young's seeking Ghost Flame would not target enemies being hit by multiple people. Okay, interesting. Especially when it's a boss. Ho-Young's World of Generation will no longer transform event monsters. Oh, unfortunate. And a Worm Tangerine riding skill. If you mouse over the skill icon, it would move slightly. Okay, that's triggering for some people. Boss monsters. Attack partners could knock monsters back characters that were in an invincible state or unable to be knocked back by any attack state. Fix an issue in Ursus where sometimes 2 Ursus will be... Okay. I've never seen this. Has anyone ever been in an Ursus fight with 2 Ursai? Uruses? Because that seems like a great time. If I could get... Dude, I would go into a map with 5 Ursus if I can get more rewards. Hell yeah, it'd make it more chaotic. And then they start fighting over who wants to eat who. It happened in the Burning World? Oh god. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. I love it. I want to be there. Like old school PvP, just, you know it's going to be a shit show, but it's beautiful while it happens. Issue an arc where after dying, if you died in the time to return to Dimensional Crack map, you would be returned to the Rift of Time map, even if you had remaining death count. Oh, that's not good. 36-man double Ursus, 4 times the Mezzo. Let's get it. 4 times the lag, 4 times the reward. Fix an issue in Chaos Pig Bean. Oh, sorry. Chaos Pig Bean, where it sometimes did not appear. That's unfortunate. When the seed Dorothy dies, the meteors used by Dorothy will now disappear. Okay. Oh my god, she has... Can every boss stop having a meteor mechanic, please? Can we come up with something else? Everyone just has like shit falling from the sky. If you went to Sickness map through the boss UI and move to another boss in the entry waiting map, you would not be returned to your original map. How about the fact that this makes you CC and makes your client unstable and makes you crash all the time? Just like with HMAG. Why do those have to be private channels, okay? Just make it in a public channel, please. Fix an issue in Sickness where if you were hit by the Dark Tornado, if you use a skill that could be used during other skills, the Dark Tornado would be cancelled. Ooh, I didn't know that was a thing. But what I will tell you guys, if you see a Dark Tornado, if you time it correctly, just up jump, and you will, as long as you up jump out of the beginning of the tornado, you'll be fine, because not the entire height of the tornado is a hitbox. It's only like the bottom 60% or something of the tornado. So as long as you up jump, you'll be fine, and the tornado won't hit you at all. Can I get a link for this? I'll add it under !KMS after this. Yeah, I didn't do that yet. In Pierre and Crimson Queen, after defeating the boss, the map duration will be increased to 5 minutes, and the character will not take damage, similar to other boss monsters. Oh, no more damage from Crimson Queen when I kill her? Oh, is this Christmas? Dude, this by itself is better than the compensation. Take my vac pet. Give me this now. I'm just kidding, don't take my vac pet. But the fucking queen dot when you're looting, holy, it's so annoying. Thank you. Maybe this is part of the making the game less inconvenient for players, right? Maybe it's right. What did they say at the end here? Customers will not experience inconvenience while using the game. Maybe that's just part of that. Featuring Pierre, where invincibility applied to certain actions that did not have invincibility. Oh, wait, maybe this is why sometimes you miss your binds on blue Pierre, actually. Okay, who in the chat has missed their binds on blue Pierre and had no idea why? Because they were right on top of it, perfectly timed and everything. And he should have definitely gotten hit. I had this happen too many times. I thought I was going crazy there too. They called me crazy? Yeah, see? Everyone in the chat. Yeah, well, at least 3 people. That's a lot of people, okay? You've missed in red. Maybe red-headed as well. Like, after his... Like, he transformed. You know you can't hit him yet. And then you watch him start attacking. So you're like, okay, now I bind. And he just walks through it like you didn't do anything. And like, motherfucker, I know I pressed the button. You missed on red, not on blue? Oh, yeah. I guess both have it, maybe? Yeah. Just watched the Adele CRA level 205 vid. Yeah. Oh, yeah. In that one, I had it, right? It happened to you today? Okay, I see a lot of people had it. Okay. Fictional Chaos Pierre phase 3, where if the split pattern was activated one time, then Pierre's HP was healed to return to the previous phase, then it entered phase 3 again, it would instantly split without a grace period. Pierre's titled split skip strategy was based on an error where Pierre would not instantly split upon entering phase 3 for the first time. However, since this was a functional strategy, it has been maintained without additional changes. Since the strategy has been used for a long time, the pattern where Pierre instantly split after that first time caused confusion, so we have changed it so that it will split at the same time as the first entry for the second or later attempts at phase 3. Okay, so no more insta-split if you accidentally re-heal Pierre also. There's some good stuff. As long as I can skip the split, I don't care. Yeah. If I have 35% crit rate at the moment, should I keep this 20% crit rate and your ability to boost it to 55 or roll for something else? It could depend on your class, Misfire Gaming, and it... Mr. Fire Gaming, sorry. And it can also depend on what line of inner-ability it is. But in general, aiming for high critical rate is a very necessary thing. So check exclamation mark progression and look for crit rate there and look at the number that you want to aim for. Like, spoiler alert, I guess. It's really high. You want to get to 100. Alright, so this is some good stuff too. Okay, fix an issue in Pierre, another one. If you had the same color hat and dealt more than a certain amount of damage, Pierre would not recover health. When Pierre recovers health, it can now only recover up to 15% max HP at a time. Wait, per hit? Because if so, my Night Lord shenanigans might not happen again. Fix an issue in Pierre. Well, it could be 20% crit on a unique inner ability, though. In which case, it's still nice, but not as insane, of course. Fix an issue in Pierre where if you had a different color hat, certain dot skills did not deal damage. Fix an issue in Pierre where if you were using a key down skill or skill with long cast action, the hat color would disappear and not be changed. Yes, and then mid skill, you suddenly start healing him, even though you didn't have a hat on you. So annoying as well. Fix an issue in Chaos Pierre, a lot of Chaos Pierre stuff. I guess they finally found an intern who wanted to go over the Pierre boss fight and found all of these fucking issues with it, and everyone was like, uh-oh. Sometimes the split pattern would begin again after it was defeated. I've never had that, but I know I've only done Chaos Pierre like 600-700 times, so. The split pattern would begin again after it was defeated. What? Okay, in Papulatus, the curse patterns stun and skill seal will now be applied only up to 30 seconds. Okay. So that's when you are like desynchronized from the clock that's over Pap. Again, if you have troubles with this, make sure that you put your damage skin to blade damage skin in the options. Okay? Fucking boom, options, graphics, damage, mini blade or blade, mini blade probably, okay? That way you can, all of the damage gets put into one line and you can still very clearly see the number over Pup's head without having to stop attacking, okay? If you have problems with this. When Papulatus is defeated, the curse pattern stun will now be cancelled. Okay. In Lotus and Damien. Lotus and Damien fixes? To fix issues such as the bosses not reappearing after teleporting or the boss monster duplicating. I've also not had that. The resurrection and pattern logic has been changed. After you die, the logic when resurrecting... Oh, because of the different skills on different people, maybe. The logic when resurrecting was to exit the map and re-enter. It has been confirmed that a large part of the error was caused by monsters not being able to find the character if there was server delay when re-entering. We are trying to lower the chance of this occurring. Okay, that's a lot of ifs and buts. By changing it so that you resurrect immediately without re-entering. When these boss monsters were first added, their patterns were created based on this re-entry, but the overall boss pattern logic has changed a lot from that time. So we request a lot of feedback from users to test for other bugs to see if there are any changes to playstyle. Okay, so it is possible that Lotus and Damien... I haven't seen any videos yet, but it is possible that they start doing the funky chicken in the middle of the fight. But we probably would have seen some KMS clips on the subreddit of that by now, if that did happen, I think. Princess No just knocked me off the screen and DC'd me. That does not sound good. I haven't heard of that before. That's a new one. That's a new one for me. 1 player versus 5 Damiens. That would be really interesting, actually. I wish they did challenge maps like that, where you could go into like some kind of battle simulator and you could be like, okay, I want 3 Lucids, 2 Lotuses, and 2 Damiens on one map, and go. And then you just like have to fight them. I think that would be pretty fucking funny. Also, it'd probably break it like half the time, but I think that'd be funny to see. Position Damien, where if Damien disappeared, then started to reappear in specific locations, he would sometimes take damage. Yes! Yes! Kami had that today. He fucking died from it. Fixed an issue in Hard Lucid Phase 2 where automatic screenshots were taken. Oh, by the way, I need to remind people of this every now and then, and we do have quite a few people in the chat. And if you, at home, if you're watching on YouTube, check this, okay? There are automatic screenshots being taken in MapleStory, all right? At least one person, or a few people, wow, good save, will be checking their screenshots file and will find multiple gigabytes, possibly 10 or more of screenshots if you have never checked this. So in the game, you go to options and you go to screenshots. It probably says auto mode enabled here. If burst mode is enabled, then help you God. But if it says auto mode, it probably says here, save in MapleStory folder. I set it to desktop so I can see whenever I accidentally take a screenshot and delete it. If it says MapleStory folder, go to where your MapleStory is installed and just scroll down where all of your MapleStory files are, like the .exe and everything, and you will start finding screenshots. And it is very possible that you find thousands of them, because every single time you have an achievement and every single time you level up on any character in your account, it will automatically take a screenshot. And every time I mention this, there's a few people who just find like 10 gigs worth of screenshots in their install folder, and they just have room for another computer game to install. So yeah, so we'll either delete those or keep the memories, I guess. The memories, yeah, that's why I send it to my desktop, so that I can have them immediately and file them somewhere or delete them if they're accidental. Too scared to check? No, do it. Do it, check. Quests and maps, fix an issue where Genesis has white lines appeared on the background screen. Ooh, the white line. Here, that one. I found that one recently. This white line here. You see it? That son of a platform. Oh, now you can. Oh yeah, here, yeah, this white line here, right there. Why is it there? What does it mean? It's a double rainbow. No, okay. Fixing issues, specifically base camp. These are all minor. Fixing issue in Leafy where certain platforms were awkward. Wild Boarland, branches floating in the air. Cool. What you mean, like all of Phantom Forest, where all of the trees are just like rootless, just floating in the air in the background? You could use enhancements and cubes in a Source of Suffering map. How dare they? Lotus Phase 2, the map background was awkward in 800 by 600 and 1280 by 720 resolutions. I don't know if any of these are relevant. Fix issue where Chaos Pierre's mileage quest was shared between all characters in the same world. Oh, I did notice that. Is one people and one times people the same? That's a good question, actually. We will have a debate about that next. I just checked and I'm now deleting 5,159 screenshots. Well, there you go. That's probably about how big your legion is, too. Fixed an issue in certain Temple of Time maps where the bottom in the backgrounds appeared black in resolutions other than 800 by 600, 1280 by 720. Okay. Fixed an issue where if you down jumped from the lowest platform on a map, sometimes you would fall below the platform. That does not seem good. Fix an issue where if a pet's magic time ended, using a Water of Life would cause the pet to appear as being equipped in the inventory. True. Fix an issue where a pet's auto potion was used even when you were hit by enemy attacks, but your HP was not decreased due to shield skills. Huh. Fix an issue where a pet's auto potion was not used based on the set rate when you were hit by enemy patterns that had multiple hits. Cringe. Fix an issue where if there was a set effect that included cash weapons, if you unequipped your regular weapon, the set effect riding would remain. Huh. Fix where certain earrings were displayed as unique equipped items. Wait, second earring equipment slot? Question mark? Why does this matter if you can only wear one of them at a time per character anyway? Not even 20 gigs? How much? 2,431 items. Nice. 18.2 gigs. Jesus. Nice. Fiction issue in inventory where clicking and moving certain items would show a different image from the original item. Nice. 10 nodestone package showed a message that stated 10 use slots were required. Certain bows, crossbow arrow stars, and bullet attack boosts did not match their description, or the attack boosts were omitted from the description. If you press the cancel button while opening certain box items, the item acquired message would not be outputted. When you press the open button, the cancel button will now be deactivated. Okay. Reboot. Fixed issue where Kane could not perform the Reboot gift box quests. In Reboot World, system messages would now appear when a party member is on a different map. And the drop mezzo acquired distributed by party member and disappears. Good. Wait, and the mezzo acquired is not distributed to party member and disappears. Okay. Fixed an issue in Reboot World where trading items to the NPC Sergeant Charlie would sometimes fail. I don't know what NPC that is. Is it like Edelstein or something? Trading items to NPC Sergeant Charlie. Oh, wait, is this the guy who wants the red whip or something in Ludi? I don't remember. Oh, the etc. training. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, we used to use this to power level characters. Oh my god. You would train high level characters and then save all of the etc. items and then go to like a level 20 character, fly to Orbis with all the items, and then power level up to like 25 or something. Crazy stuff. 4,075 screenshots. We only found 30. 3 gigs. Nice. In Reboot World, the quest dialogue after acquiring the Cursed Kaisarium will no longer include Karma Scissors and trade-related information. Nice. Oh, another thing they have to delete, guys, is this. Someone showed me this earlier. Oh, what? No. Guild skill. You can use the token accrual guild skill to obtain reward points. What the hell? Just deleted 7,615 screenshots. You're welcome, alright? Cleaning up your computer, one MapleStory service announcement at a time. Also, after you delete those screenshots, make sure you untick the automatic screenshot box, okay? Because otherwise it's just gonna fill right back up. Fix an issue in Seed 13th floor where monsters were not spawned. After in-game maintenance by the first place, achievement message when entering the Seed lobby will no longer be outputted. Well, in Dojo, certain monsters would cast patterns even when bound. RIP. Remaining time displayed in UI and the recorded time and the rankings were different. Ooh. Achievements, not legendary, but a legend or a legend 1, I guess. Achievements sometimes got reset. The normal Zakum Weekum achievement name has been changed to Zakum Weekum. Okay. Okay. Monster collection where receive the reward button would be active after already claiming the. Okay. Monster collection, magic attack 6, increased attack to be clearer. To clear what? People thought increases attack by 1 and magic attack by 6, or by a mysterious amount. Did people not know how summations work? Fix an issue in Monsters Park Electroline Stage 5 where the character and monsters could move off the screen. Oh, full princess no, I guess. Fix an issue in Monster Park's Road of Vanishing Stage 5 where the clear effect would be outputted when all the Urdas of Rest were defeated before the Lantern Urda monsters were summoned. Oh, I've never seen that, but okay. Oh, because it temporarily detects no one on the map right before they respawn, I guess. That's interesting. A notice message will now be output when admins are using many guild skill points. Okay. Fix an issue where the client would exit if you use Alliance chat with 256 members or more logged on in the Alliance. Okay. Well, that's a problem that EU Reboot is never going to have. You FMA all the Tranquils and then can TP before the Lanterns? Oh, wow. Scam. I guess it's different if you're using Steam for MapleStory. You can find the screenshots. Maybe it is different through Steam. Yeah, I'm not sure. Meister effect will now be output based on the head instead of the character location. Okay. Fix an issue where there was an awkward action while leveling up while hanging on a rope. What was the awkward action? Were you humping the rope? Fix an issue where the MapleStory found damage skin where Pal image was output awkward. Okay. Ghost Park, no one cares. Maple Legion raid, if Zero was placed as an attacker, Alpha and Beta would appear alternately. Now Alpha will appear and his skills will also use Alpha. My bad. UI, the damage skin UI delete menu will now be up with an icon as dragged. That's how the damage skin is. Yeah, if you dragged it while the damage skin UI was overlaid with another UI, the deleted menu would only be displayed with the damage skin UI range. I didn't recall in my brain anything I just read, but you guys saw it. Fix an issue where the menu would be displayed if you right-clicked a monster name with dialogue while using the external chat window. Wow. Poof. Seems like no crazy changes, but like a lot of quality of life and smallish changes. But hopefully we'll get some more information about the events and about the skills of Yeti. And hopefully, because there are now 2 playable, temporarily playable classes in Pink Bean and Yeti, hopefully this just means that GMS, and because we had the Burning World for the first time, right? Hopefully that was enough of a test trial, or a test run, or a trial to kind of see if a separate temporary world can work properly and can be managed in GMS. Hopefully that's a positive on that. And hopefully that means we can see a Pink Bean and maybe a Yeti world separately for us as well. I think this is the 3rd time there's been a Yeti world for KMS, and we haven't had one yet, so that's interesting. But yeah, tell me what you think about all of this. If there's anything that really stood out, any big change that you liked a lot. I saw some CPR fixes that I like, some arc changes that are they're good for me, good information. So let me know what you guys thought about all that, and I'll catch you on the next one.